اليوم احنا بتور بواحد من المراكز التعليميه للغه الانجليزيه في بغداد. هذا المركز هو معهد كليك اللي موجود بالمنصور. الكادر بالكامل هم النيتيف سبيكرز كنديين، اغلبيتهم عندهم شهاده ماجستير بطريقه تدريس اللغه الانجليزيه. اليوم حبينا نعطيكم بعض النصائح عن كيفيه تطوير اللغه الانجليزيه بالنسبه لكم. معنا ساره. Sarah, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from California originally. That's where I went to university. I've lived in New York City, Miami. Now I'm here in Baghdad to teach English.
Wonderful. Okay, so Sarah's been teaching here in the center for quite a while, and I'd like to ask her about tip number 1 to improve your language skills. So, Sarah, what is your top tip for Iraqi learners to learn English?
My top tip would be to watch a lot of English-speaking films, listen to English music, all that media where you're relaxed and you're engaging in that active listening. It can be very, very helpful.
What is your tip for Iraqi learners to improve their language skills?
I think conversation is very important. Just practicing conversation all the time, as much as you can, because conversation is kind of the foundation of language, and you have to be able to build that confidence. Really, I think that confidence factor is a huge part of really building your language skills.
Tip number 2 is kind of relevant to the basics or the ABCs of language, and for me, as an Iraqi learner, I think focusing on the top 100 words that are most frequent in English are key and essential element to your mastery of language, because these are the most frequent words. Some of them are nouns, some of them are verbs, and some of them are adjectives, and they're quite common in movies and in society. So in order for you to maintain a direct communication with native speakers or non-native speakers, or to communicate via email, you need to understand and use the most frequent 100 words in English. So the next tip is from Sarah.
My tip would be to accept the fact that there's going to be a lot of miscommunication. There's going to be a lot of hiccups, and that's totally okay. It's a part of the process. Making mistakes, it's all part of the process. You really need to work out the kinks in order to get a smooth language.
Okay, and the last tip from Sarah is?
Find a way to make it fun and interesting to your own life, because we use language to describe how we feel, what we do, and the more interesting the subject matter is to you, the more you're going to use it, the more you're going to remember.
Maintaining fun and entertainment with language is really essential for you to keep your motivation high. If you lose motivation, if you get demotivated because of one of the aspects of language is tricky or ambiguous to you, you kind of get like lazy after 1 month of training. And you know, an essential element of language training and language mastery is the consistency of the training under pressure. So if you feel this pressure, it is very normal. Try to always look at the bright side and make it part of your life. Make it consistent. I mean, the training. That is going to be really essential for you to master the language to the optimal level, and to set the goal and reach the goal that you set for yourself. Thank you, Sarah, so much for your participating in this quite insightful comments and recommendations and tips for Iraqi learners. كنا معكم فيديو قصير من معهد كليك. إذا حابين تتعرفون عن المعهد أكثر فخليت التفاصيل مالته بالرابط بالديتيلز الخاص بالبوكس مالت الفيديو، تقدر تطلعون عليه تشوفون نشاط المركز، وتقدر تزورون المركز كل يوم سبت حتى تسوون conversation طبعا free of charges. Thank you so much and looking forward to seeing you in another video.